Okay, so this is a reconciliation working. So I've got a bowl of sugar here, and I placed the photographs face to face, or if you've only got name papers, put them, face to face, and I folded them together with oils, whatever love oils you have. I used reconciliation and come to me on the client's photograph, and I put them in the sugar. Now there's a third party involved in this scenario. Um, because this is a holy death spell, I've called on Saint Death, and I've asked her for help and assistance. And I'll also be calling on Dantalion from the Lesser Cave Solomon. Also, I should say that I needed to do a breakup prior to this, so it's a good idea to do the breakup first, and then do the love working. So the breakup jar I'll show at the end when I'm doing the reading. I don't handle breakup jars when I'm doing love work, so it's always on a separate night, either a Tuesday or a Saturday. Sometimes I'll do breakup work, if it's an emergency, I'll do it whenever. But anyway, so this has been sitting for a bit of time, and that's the name papers or the photographs. So they've been in there getting sweetened up. And so this is the petition, and I'm going to anoint it with some oils. So this is Love Me oil. And where are we? Reconciliation. Forgiveness oil. A bit of both, 2 in 1. Protection, to protect the relationship, is always a good idea. So, okay. Now I've got a little chicken heart, and that has been blessed in his name. This is the chicken heart belonging to. It's going to represent the heart of the person. So this chicken heart represents the target's heart. So basically, we're going to put her into his heart. So what I'm going to do with that chicken heart is dress it with a few bits and pieces. Let me see if I put a tiny little bit of this red mixture that I make. I make this mostly for love workings. Doesn't matter if it goes into the sugar, it's perfectly fine. It's just to give it a nudge, because this is a mixture of honey syrup, cherry liqueur. If I can get this in there, that'd be great. Thank you. Cherry liqueur and a pile of other things. I will show you how I make it at some point. Cinnamon mixed with ginger. Again, good for love. So I'm just going to pop that over the top again. And a little bit into the sugar. Now, I'm just going to wrap that up like so. And I'm just saying, you will have the client in your heart. She will be in your heart forever. She is the one you want to be with. Oh, holy death, bless this working and bring him to her. Will I bind it? I'm wondering if I should bind it. Yeah, I'll bind it up. I need scissors, 1 second. Tie in 3 knots, just like the photographs, and you need a jar. So where did my jar go to? There we go. Pop them in. I had some sugar in this already because I wanted to measure how much sugar that I needed for this working. So I'm going to pop a sugar on top, so that those pictures and petition is well covered. I don't want this to go everywhere, so I'm trying to be careful. Good idea to focus while you're doing this, because I'm going really slowly at this because I don't want to throw this all over the place. Just focus what you want the end goal to be. That's for reconciliation. Love returned stronger than it was before. Only has eyes for the client. They're spiritually and emotionally at one. He will see her with new eyes. Sugar's coming out in chunks. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, I don't shake sugar jars much. Just at the very end of the spell, I would normally do that, but I just want to make a bit of room here. Okay. So I'm going to pop a little bit more cinnamon just into that, along with the ginger. That's really good for lust, and to, lust is good even if you are working a love spell. It's that added bit extra, and we need some road opener to get things back on track. That will clear the pathways to, remove negativity. Precipitation powder, again, that's very, very good for speed, but I keep having to say that, we can't put a timeline on things. Santa Muerte powder. I'm using this because I have it. You can do these spells without the Santa Muerte powder. Okay. Trousers are covered in that. Damiana. I should say that in this love mix that I'm putting in, I've got catnip, rose petals. Really is a bit of everything in here. And I'm gonna just pop that like so. A little bit of, I like to put confetti in because it's symbolic of commitment. So put that at the very top. Okay. I'm gonna blow some energy, some life into this. And pop the lid on. One shake. And I will prepare a candle for that. I'll prepare a taper candle, and I'll be burning it a notch down each night that I work with the spell. So yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to work on this. It'll be a while anyway. And then it will go to the Santa Muerte altar. And then I'm going to do a bit of work with Dantalion. Let me see where the seal is. 1 second. Okay, so if you're going to attempt to work with Dantalion, you need to draw the seal or print the seal off and go over the seal with a black pen. I would go over the seal and I would chant the N of the spirit, which can be found online, or reason why I've decided to call on Dantalion. Basically, Dantalion, in this book anyway, the Aleister Crowley's illustrated Goetia. Well, I know myself because I've worked with Dantalion many times. Dantalion is very good for swaying thoughts to your, in your favor. So, basically, the Nine of Cups is the card. Venus. Sorry, I'm scratching my eye. Is the planet. Copper is the metal. Nine of Cups is the tarot, and the 71st spirit is Dantalion. He, she is a great a great and mighty duke, appearing in the form of a man with many countenances, all men's and women's faces, and she has a book in her hand. Her office is to teach all arts and sciences unto any, and to declare the secret counsels of anyone. For she knows the thoughts of all men and women, and can change them at will. She can cause love and show the likeness of any person anywhere in the world. She governs 36 legions of spirits. So, that is the reason why Dantalion, in my opinion, is very, very good for causing love, bringing the thought process into, balance into what you want to happen. So, yeah, I've used, I say him, but as the book says there, he, she. Dantalion is, it's very complicated and it's very, very hard to explain. But when I work with Dantalion, I'm pushed slightly towards a he, but Dantalion to me shifts a lot. There's a lot of shifting going on with regards to sometimes female, sometimes male. It takes on many, many different. Well, it's to me in my mind, I see faces changing, and I also feel that energy of a woman and then a man, and sometimes it's so, so strange. But anyway, what I would do if you're gonna work, because I did get someone asking in the section, and someone did personally email me saying, can you work with these spirits? How do you do it? Is there danger, kind of thing? The answer is no. You have to be very respectful, uh, and when the spirit comes through, make an offering. You can make an offering to sweeten him up via a candle or a glass of water or something a bit more than that, alcohol, whatever. It's usually a good idea to set the glass on the seal, but it's up to you. You can set it beside the seal, it doesn't have to be on top of it. But what I do is I'll take a moment and I'll sit with the seal. I'll just meditate on it. Or whilst I'm drawing the seal up is another time when I would sort of drop down into more relaxed state, and at that point that's when I start making this petition. I'll start asking for in this instance the client, basically for him to realize that it's her that he wants to be with, that kind of thing, and to really understand that this woman is the one that is more loving and more considerate, and it's time he came back to to the one he should be with, kind of thing. So that is why Dantalion is excellent in that respect. Someone also said King Paimon for that, but I don't call. I have done. I will say I have done in the past, but I have no intentions of calling King Paimon for love work. Number one, I get the impression he doesn't really like that, but maybe everyone is different. But King Paimon is a great teacher. So, if you're starting out and stuff, King Paimon is a really good place to go and to learn from, uh, instead of asking for love work from King Paimon, to be honest with you. But that's just me. You might be different. So, what I do is I wait, and the sigil always comes to life for me. It starts to take on an appearance. It goes all like, it starts to dance, basically. It flashes, and that's how I know we've got some sort of energy and a connection. And to be honest with you, if you don't even do that and you just sit with the seal and make your petition, I do believe the spirit will still hear you. In my experience, the spirit still hears you. A lot of folks, when they're starting out in magic, they will basically write it off and say, oh, I didn't see the spirit, I didn't hear the spirit, so the spell didn't work. You're very wrong, because if you've promised something to that spirit and your wish does come true and you don't pay the spirit, that's when things can get a bit nasty for you. So just because you don't hear the spirit, just because you don't see the spirit, it doesn't mean the spirit isn't there, if you know what I mean. You have to be very good at picking up a change in energy. That's how I started, basically. It was a change, just trying to focus on a change in the atmosphere, and that's how I knew. So it's interesting, but I think it's one of them things you have to practice. Practice makes perfect, and quieting your mind down into just nothing, and then whatever pops into your head, I believe those are the words of the actual spirit. It's very hard to explain, but anyway. So, yeah, what you do is, if you're working a jar spell, you can put the jar on top of the seal and light a candle on top of the jar, that kind of thing. Some people set the seal on fire when they're finished. Yeah, sometimes I do that. It's not disrespectful, or it doesn't hurt the spirit. Um, Sometimes I use the actual ashes of the seal in the spell work. It's a way of releasing it. So I don't believe it actually hurts the spirit or anything like that. I don't believe that at all. I'm very, I have my own system, basically, and it works for me. So that's all I can say. So I'm going to pop this aside. Now, I did look at some cards regarding this issue. Let me see. What's happening? Okay. So yeah, he was very abrupt with you, I believe. That size tells me something happened very quickly, very, very quickly. He's very abrupt regarding being together. I see there's a woman in the picture. Obviously, we know who that is, and that's a very devious woman. A woman who's very underhand. The Fox card represents her. I think she's not good for him, and I think that she's swaying him in a direction that is not good for him at all. Let's have another look. Yeah, you're going to hear something good though with regards to him. I have a feeling that he's going to start to come around with regards to you and him getting together. The ring in the center is a good card. It's a card of commitment. I think he's going through some sort of issue at the minute. The tower is beside him. There's discord in his life, and yeah, you're going to hear something good. But there's something going on with him at the minute. That tower tells me that there's something just not right in his life. Something that's giving him stress. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling that, yeah, he's going to have a chat with you. That card is about something that you don't know about, and I think he's going to tell you, confide in you. Something's coming via a long email or a long text message. Something about whatever it is that's going on in his life. I think he's going to confide in you regarding that, and also something to do with money. Uh, these two cards together. The fish card is a money or work, and the letter is some sort of communication. So it could be some communication regarding money. I'm thinking that could be something to do with your divorce. That could finally, be your divorce, or it could be maybe along the lines of him obtaining some sort of money that's owed to him, or some sort of job that he's going to change, something along those lines. And I do think whatever it is bothering him will end. He's going to make a decision. Yeah, he's going to make a decision soon. And I do believe he's going to ask to meet with you. Decision regarding, I think, that female. I think that he's going to put you first, but it's going to take, I think, a little bit of time to iron things out. Be positive is the main thing, and keep your distance with regards to him. Let him come and initiate things. When men realize that you're not putting them up on a pedestal, they seem to take notice, and that's what you need to do. Not put them up on a pedestal. And I don't mean to be insulting when I say that. I just think that sometimes it's best to keep that no contact and live your life as best you can. Don't let it drag you down, because it will pay off. Honestly, it will pay off. And visualize in your mind everything coming together. Yeah, these are little oracle cards. The first one out is vulnerable. I can't say that. Vulnerable. You're feeling that way a little bit at the minute because you think you've lost him. Loss. Now, this is interesting. This card is the stranger card. A male, I feel, of course, the stranger. And the next card is battle. And then we've got a brown-haired man. And then we've got a brown-haired woman. And then we've got an ending. So this is strange. I don't know if this resonates with you. It may not at the minute, or it may down the line. You know, a lot of these things resonate to people down the line. They come back to me in a month's time or 2 months' time or even more, and they say, that reading you did for me, it's all coming together now. The amount of people that actually say that, it's crazy. But anyway, the lovers, I think that's you and him again. And there's a lot of sexual attraction still between the two of you. There he is, the fair grey-haired man. And you've got change. So, what I'm going to do is look at a few more oracle cards, because I'd like to see, I just like to see what's going to pop up in these so that we can cross-reference. Just give me one moment. Okay. So, one's fell on the floor. Sorry, I dropped one. Where are we? Okay, first card out, anxiety. So please try your best not to be anxious. I know it's hard. It's really, really hard. But put the use to thinking positive, and it will help you. It will change your life's direction if you think positive. Believe me. Then we've got the thinking man. So this is good. This is where we want him to be. We want him to be thinking about things so that he'll change his mind. And then we've got woman holding a coin. So there's a money card. That would tie in with the last reading. So that could be to do with maybe a divorce settlement, I think, or something to do with a job, maybe. So we've got door to value. So he's going to value you. He needs to value you, to be honest with you. And that's what I keep trying to get through to many of my clients. You need to be valued by the person that you have your eye on, because at the end of the day, if there's no value, they're going to, just walk all over you. So that's why the no contact rule is really good, because it will get you to be valued. It helps the process. Healer of the ages. So that's really good. Healing is what we need. And then we've got woman holding a heart. And then we've got man holding a heart. So we've got the two cards out. So that's really good. And then we've got happy family. So you have good cards there. Very similar to a reading I did not that long ago. It's interesting. You got good cards there. And I know you did a petition to the Holy Death. I have a video for you stored on my phone. I will get that sent to you very soon. And we have the breakup jar, which I will shoot you a photograph of that whenever I'm working on it again. The breakup jar will be deployed in probably a graveyard. I always deploy jars in my graveyard. It's just up the road from where I live. There's a vast area there that things will never be disturbed, so I use it. I take advantage and I use it. But anyway, so please try and keep your vibe raised and do your best. I know it's difficult. I'm going to clear up as many videos as I can, and I want to move on and work with the saints. That's what my next the next direction it will be to work with the saints and get things moving, because the saints is something that a lot of people are really interested in, and they can do at home and things like that. So I'd like to work with Jesus Malverde, number one, because Jesus Malverde is my hero, my ultimate hero. I just have a lot of love and adoration for Jesus Malverde. Wonderful, wonderful saint who did so much for the poor people, and he's venerated alongside Santa Muerte. A lot of people don't know about him, and I think his story should be told. So I'm going to do a whole video on Jesus Malverde. And I've asked for favors in the past from Jesus Malverde, and he's been very, very, very helpful. I should say that. I have a statue that I got just by fluke over here. It's so hard to get statues over here, and I was able to get that one. It's just complete fluke, and so I have him over here behind me on the altar of Santa Muerte. Now Santa Muerte is happy with Jesus Malverde, but I used to work with Saint Michael. I used to do the Amparo, etc., and the prayer to God and stuff when I first started working with Santa Muerte. And I don't think Santa Muerte really liked Saint Michael or Archangel Michael at all. And I had this candle, and it had an image of Saint Michael on it, and it just would go out all the time. I have a feeling that it was just her energy extinguishing the candle, and I then realized this isn't going to work. And I started just working with her, speaking from the heart, using that little calling that I do, and everything was a lot better, I can assure you. It's just I'm sorry for laughing. It's funny. I also remember years ago meeting someone on a forum. I can't remember the name of the forum, and he said that he put who was it? Saint Cyprian on the altar as well. And every day he came back from work, the statue of Saint Cyprian, excuse my pronunciation, was on the floor. Of course, he said he thought it was the cat, but I don't know. I don't know about that. So he stopped working, putting them together, if you know what I mean, and just dedicated the space to her. So anyway, I shouldn't be laughing. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com. If there's any saints that you can think of that you'd like some more information on, or you'd like to see some workings done, leave them in the comments section, and I'll take what you say on board. But there's a ton of them, and I'd like to go through them, especially the obscure ones, because over here a lot of people would, if something goes missing, would pray to Saint Anthony, for something that's lost. And I've heard that a lot over here, and St. Bridget over here as well. But there's many, many, many more. So do let me know, and I'll speak to you all again very soon.